Williams just came up here and talking about living, doing more, being more. And indeed, we do give honor to God, Pastor, our First Lady. I want to give a shout out to my family, my wife, my mother, my brother. Amen. Thank God for everybody being in the place. My cousins. As Bishop would say, I just stopped by on my way to heaven to tell you.
All right.
The struggle is real, but don't worry. You right where you need to be.
Come on.
For the sake of time, I won't visit all the texts, but in Matthew, Mark, and John, we find 3 accounts of the same story where Jesus is walking on water. Quite naturally, we gravitate to the point where Peter steps out of the boat and he too begins to walk on water. But I want to bring you guys to some facts and some realizations that we might have missed along the way. Let me tell y'all, it was a setup.
All right.
Jesus put him in a rowboat to cross a sea that was notorious for sudden and extreme storms.
All right.
Now us here in Oklahoma, we know a few things about sudden and extreme storms. They can come out of nowhere and cause havoc. They can cause trouble and leave a wake of destruction. And so here we are in this story. Jesus sends them out immediately. He almost by force takes them and throws them, compels them into the boat. And they are to travel from where they are to Capernaum. And they spend 9 to 10 hours rowing just to go the distance between here and Memorial Road.
All right.
Let me tell you something. They were struggling trying to get
That is a huge struggle.
be in the place that God would have them to be. Oh, but let me also tell you, even though Jesus wasn't with them, he was on the shore watching them. He never took his eye off the disciples.
Come on now.
He sent them into a place where there was frustration, there was tiredness, they were weary, but they didn't give up. I just want to let y'all know, God is with us. He set them up. See, the Sea of Galilee was set up in such a unique place because it was 700 feet below sea level and it was surrounded by mountains. It was somewhat isolated and conducive to these storms. I just want to know, anybody in here in 2015, did y'all have a few storms along the way? It wasn't just a few issues and challenges that you had to work through. See, I'm here to tell you that the disciples were going through these issues and challenges trying to make it to the place that God would have them to be in. And it could have left them emotionally scarred. But because they went through and they saw Jesus coming, they came out with a testimony and not emotional scarring. But let me fill in some gaps along the way. See, in those times and in the Near East culture, see, they saw the seas and the winds and the waves as a source of chaos and evil. And when they saw Jesus, they didn't recognize him. They thought he was a ghost. They thought in the Greek he was a phantasm. They didn't know what he was. It's amazing how when you're afraid, help can look like harm. It's amazing when you're afraid you can perceive a situation to be damaging, but God is working. Things work together for the good for those that love God and are called according to his purpose. So when they see Jesus in the distance, they relied on their earthly knowledge and they thought he was a ghost. But Jesus kept walking. Jesus kept walking. He didn't leave them. He knew where they were. I just want to tell somebody on tonight, I know you've been going through, it might not feel like Jesus was there, but he knew where you was at. I just want to tell you that on tonight. And so as Jesus gets closer, the fear grows. Right about now, Jesus is showing up. They've been rowing 9 to 10 hours, y'all. It's about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, you know you got to be a sold-out saint to be trying to work the will of God at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, trying to get to where God would have them to go. And as he gets closer, of course, we know the part where where Peter asked Jesus, Lord, if it's you, bid me to come. And he bid him to come. But one of the first things that Jesus tells the disciples as he gets to the rowboat, and Jesus could have equipped him maybe with something a little bit more stylish, right? Maybe a sailboat, not a rowboat, but it's working together for the good. The first thing he tells them is don't be afraid. And as we're exiting out of 2015, going into 2016, I'm here to tell about 5 or 7 people, don't be afraid. God has said some things to you. He has given you a word. He's made some promises in order to walk by faith and not by sight. see the things that God has declared in your life, I need you not to be afraid.
All right,
Don't be afraid. And it's amazing because when he gets to the boat and he starts to get in the boat, they do two things. They welcome him and they worship him. And I'm here to tell you, if you are trying to get your situation to change, you want Jesus to get in your boat, you've been going through some problems and some scenarios that have you challenged, let me tell you right now, welcome him and worship him. Welcome him and worship him. Welcome him and worship him. And it's amazing because when we look at the text of the book of John, some amazing things happen. One, the boat immediately, after all their toil and struggle, immediately arrives at the destination. There was no more work for the disciples because they took their mind off the issue and the situation and they worshiped Jesus. And immediately the winds and the waves, they ceased. And they weren't worried about the water no more. They were just worried about giving God the glory. And in the text it reveals that this was possibly the earliest time that the disciples had recognized who Jesus was. They said, truly you are the Son of God. We gotta recognize who he is and give him the worship that he deserves. So I want to tell you on my exit on tonight, don't you worry about nothing. All the things that had you captive, all the things that you worried about, all the things that you cried about, all the things the devil held over your head, God is able to redeem the time. He's able to make up for the lost years. He is able to make progress when you can't see no progress. God is able to fulfill his word. God is able to make it come true. I'm telling you not to be afraid, to step out on faith and do things that you wouldn't have done. And watch God show up in your situation. Face your issues, face your problems. Don't you run from them and expect them to show up. Minister